I love when parents do that though, where they're like, "We know our daughter." I'm like, "Do you really think you know your daughter more than I do now? I've been with your daughter every fucking day for like 15 years. You really think you know your daughter today better than me? Are you out of your mind?
You knew her better when she was 12.
I seen your daughter's butthole recently. How about you?"
You don't know her that much.
Did you guys hear about the climber who has now been charged with manslaughter because he left his girlfriend to die of hypothermia just 150 feet below the 12,500 foot summit of Glockner Mountain in January 2025. So they're on the mountain together, and she's not doing well on the mountain, and she tells him to leave
because they had a mission to get to the top.
Yeah,
like get to the finish line.
Well, no, she's like, he's like struggling to get her out of there.
Oh,
and she's like, "You should just go."
Like save yourself?
Yeah, because you can't do much when you're that high up, right? 150 feet below a 12,500 foot summit.
Yeah.
So like, what's he gonna do? Like, you can't pick her up and carry her all the way down.
A Sherpa or something?
You gotta call a Sherpa, yeah.
Those guys be rescuing people from Everest like a motherfucker.
You gotta have phone service though.
Probably no reception. Probably.
Sherpa.
Wow. So when,
Sherpa.
so when someone goes, "Go, you got to save yourself," you get charged with manslaughter?
This is gonna ruin a lot of Ryan's plans.
That's the controversy here because he says that's what she said.
Yeah. Oh, but he has no proof.
Right. How would you know?
But I mean, what's their proof? They're charging him. So now they're gonna go to court. I see. So he's not like convicted.
She has an IG video where she's like, "I would never say go save yourself." Yeah. if it ever comes out.
That's like, I'm not suicidal.
There's a text that they found where she's like, "Can you believe this fucker left me up here?" So she's telling all her friends.
She brings a Sherpa up to testify.
Is this a sexist situation?
How so?
Bitches can't climb.
Because like if a woman left a man,
can't climb.
Oh,
like would that be considered?
Would she get charged?
Because like, is the woman considered helpless because she's a woman and in this situation, or because she's a bad climber? What's the situation?
I don't know.
Well, during the Titanic, they let bitches go first.
Because if let's say a girl left a guy on a mountain because they were fighting, and she's like, "I'm not gonna take this. I'm out of here," and she just climbs up the thing, and he dies. Is that manslaughter?
What if that was the case? They got into a fight. And he goes, "Fuck you, then," and he leaves.
Because
she goes, "I'm just gonna stay here."
Because why would he be responsible for her in that way if she's not a kid? Like if she's another adult?
Yeah, right.
Aren't they just both climbers?
This is kind of a thing too, because like everyone, if you follow anything about Everest stuff, like it's well known that if you're struggle busting up there, they're just gonna leave you.
Yeah, it's on you, right? Yeah.
And then I heard that when people are climbing, you just see dead bodies.
There's a zone called the dead zone where people just start dying.
Where there's no cell service.
Yeah, but they got Sherpas though. You see Sherpas up there, they carry people and they climb down like nothing.
Unless this is one of those things where the woman was not an avid climber and she got dragged onto the trip by him or something.
So she got dragged 12,350 feet?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Most women would have stopped a long time ago.
You're right. They got pretty far up there. That's true.
How much she'd be complaining at like 5,000 feet if she...
You'd be like, "No, we're turning this around."
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, why should that be his responsibility if they're both climbers?
That's what everyone's saying. I mean...
But it might not even be his responsibility, but maybe
he has the food.
The girl's parents hates his guts.
Oh.
They're like, "We're just going to prosecute no matter what."
Wait, are they
Fuck that
married?
fool.
No? Just
his girlfriend.
But there are cases like that where it's not like a couple, where it'd be like dudes like on a raft and shit, and then one guy's like, "Oh yeah, he died." He goes, "Are you fucking sure?" And then he gets charged for killing.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
Yeah,
I
I've
don't
seen
believe
that.
you fucking.
Yeah.
I think your life of pie.
Or he gets charged with
he's Mr.
cannibalism?
Peters, or whatever.
yeah, but there's no closure for the victim's parents, right? Or family or whatever.
You gotta blame somebody.
Because they're just seeing the one other survivor come back.
Like, we didn't raise no bitch.
Yeah.
Or what if they're like, "We know our daughter. She would have never told you to leave her. She would have been like, 'No, you better stay and help me.'"
Or even regardless, like, why did you leave her? Nah, we're charging your ass.
I love when parents do that though, where they're like, "We know our daughter." I'm like, "Do you really think you know your daughter more than I do now? I've been with your daughter every fucking day for like 15 years. You really think you know your daughter today better than me? Are you out of your mind?
You knew her better when she was 12.
I seen your daughter's butthole recently. How about you?"
You don't know her that much.
Yeah. That shit drives me
I
crazy.
recently did see a video in like a high rocks like race. It was a double, so it was like a couple, and then the guy just left her at the station while she dropped, and like all these people, paramedics were helping her, and then he just fucking left his girl, and he's all like, yeah,
I did it.
and then everyone's recording like, is that guy fucking retarded? What the hell? Like he didn't even notice, and he just walked off.
Wow.
So I mean, like some people are too in the game. Maybe they don't even know.
Yeah, they want to win a medal
Yeah,
so
and he looks
bad.
down. He goes, "Oh fuck!"
Well, I mean, look, if that was so extreme that she was potentially at like go save yourself, then he too was in whatever that extremity was. And when you're like freezing your ass off and you're at the verge of death as well, it's like you don't think clearly.
All right, what would you guys do? Would you die with your wives, or would you leave her to die?
Do you have kids at home that you have to take care of? One of you got to take care of?
In your situation right now,
In my situation,
Guys
He
have
probably had an
kids.
iguana at home.
yeah.
Seems like one of those guys.
Because in your guys' situation right now, you guys have kids. So what are you gonna do? Sorry.
And what if she's telling you to go?
the fact that we tried to summit a 12,500 foot mountain when we have a newborn is wild.
And a lot of these people do, which is retarded.
Yep.
Probably
that is
would
true.
die, honestly. I probably.
I'm not
I'll
leaving.
take care of Taika.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not leaving.
You know what I'll do?
Because I don't think I can live with coming back down, being with Taika, knowing that I didn't give my all to save his mom.
Yeah, survivor's guilt is worse than
Yeah.
surviving.
I don't get why people don't just sled down.
Right?
Maybe they don't have
Maybe,
sleds.
maybe it's
Oh,
a
yeah, they don't
it's
have
a one man sled.
They
He
don't
took
sell
it.
sleds up there.
Okay.
What's
Would you rather jump down or just face hypothermia and freeze to death?
I think freezing
Face-
is easier.
I would.
for sure.
Well, because I think when you're freezing, you're not like just go take me away. I think you're like, I'm gonna keep trying to make progress, but slowly you turn into like a frozen person.
Yeah, you're like T1000.
You're climbing and then you freeze in space.
Yeah.
No,
I'm not going back up. I'm going back down.
Yeah, it's like cartoons. It's exactly like cartoons.
I think it's more of a downward
Because
freezing.
by the time we figure out we're fucked, I think we're gonna be going down, and then you end up dying.
Yeah, I think you just stop and then it just all stops.
You guys don't know climbing. There
Versus-
is no down.
Versus going, fuck it, I am gonna kill myself. There is no other option.
I think you don't know climbing. There's only down. you always go up because there's down.
There's only down.
Down is death.
What would you do?
I fucking kick Hannah down
Yeah.
Oh, kick her down.
so she didn't have to suffer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you
What-
kick her
what
down?
if-
So she falls down like Lone Survivor and breaks all her bones?
And she's
No,
alive, and she has
Lone
foot
survivor.
If there's no hope, because I was thinking about it, like if I could get out first and call for help, it's already gonna be too late.
Too late, yeah.
It's just death.
You have to stick together.
Or you give her a little bit of hope. You're like, I'm gonna go get a helicopter, and then you're like, but you're not gonna get a helicopter. But then she dies with hope. It's like, the chopper's gonna come. I'll be okay.
I would want to die with her, but then either way, to not let her suffer, I just push her off the cliff, so she doesn't suffer.
So your mentality is, like when the hurt animal, you're just like, let's just shoot the animal,
Yeah,
put her out of her.
yeah. Because,
Oh.
But that's
because
different because
I think it's gonna be miserable to fucking
but it's
freeze
not
to
like
death.
You push off the cliff and then it's like immediate death. It's like you push off the cliff and then there's still and then a lot of regret all the way down. Life flashing before your eyes. And then you're like, all she sees is you surviving.
And then she
at
goes,
the top.
and there's a Sherpa right there.
We could have done it. Wait! I found the sled down here. Come down here.
And then after breaking all her bones, right? She's like laying there like this, but still barely alive in pain. And then like 3 hours later, you're just walking back down.
Or a guy with a snowmobile comes. Man, you guys need help?
I think I'm thinking of it differently. Where like it's a skill issue, and it's not.
couldn't get up
and it's not
anyway.
that she got injured or something. She maybe broke an arm or something like that.
I think that's what he said to her. He said skill issue, and he walked away.
he said, "Get good."
Get good. Yeah.
Well, because the thing is, in this story, the guy still survived.
Easily,
So
it says.
that means okay. In your guys' case,
As if it were stairs. It says.
if your girls were just stuck, like they're like there's no way she was. It's the end.
She just ran out of energy. Yeah, like at the end of a marathon or something.
Are you just?
Juiced.
But you could have been like this guy and you could have survived. Are you gonna leave her or are you just gonna die?
I'm going to try to use my last energy to hopefully pull her down if I can.
I would get the final "I told you so" in, dude. Because there's no way it was my idea to go on this climb. So I would get that final "I told you so." I fucking told you we shouldn't have gone a 12,500 foot climb.
Now save your fucking ass.
You and Nikki, she would get into this climbing,
that's
and
what
then she's
I'm
like, "You better fucking go with me."
Yep. And then I'm like, "I told you so." I get the final.
And
I
then
told
she
you.
would argue with you, and then that would be her life. It would just come back, and she would be fucking burning all the way down the mountain.
Probably true.
If you can get the petty part to come alive, oh, she's like, fuck you. Dish, 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 dish.
She summits and then she goes down too. She's like, "I got the strength to go all the way up, so I can complain about your ass."
I don't know. I just feel like freezing to death is probably worse than just like,
Smashing your head on a rock.
yeah.
Because it's slower.
Well, because
Don't you just go to sleep though?
Is it
No.
painful?
I
don't
think you just go
know.
to sleep.
I don't think it's
I
painful.
think they go to sleep.
okay, then
I think
that's
I think
worse.
it's I think it's
I'm trying to make it
I think
easy.
I think you kicking them off a cliff is worse.
'Cause I think
Yeah,
it's just like, you're
for
like,
sure. Think about it like this: the amount of cold you have to be to die of, like when you get kicked off that cliff, you're still also freezing.
Still cold.
Like, it's not like you get warm and then die quickly.
Because the wind is quicker, so you're even more.
Yeah.
By the way, it's not like Hannah's gonna be like, "Oh, Joe's so sweet, he kicked me off the cliff."
I just don't want her to suffer. I'm just trying to think of what is the
So
more.
where you kick her in the face and she goes off the
Why
cliff?
the face? No, you can push her.
Okay.
There's two outcomes when you see her in heaven later. She's either just like a regular person or she's flat. She's just crushed.
She's like a Tom and Jerry flat cartoon.
flat with the boot print on it.
Yeah, boot print.
300 Leonidas kick her in her stomach, dude.
How else?
fucked
How?
up.
What's
It's already. It's
what's
fucked
the
up.
gentle kick?
No need. I just push her.
No knee.
Yeah, no need.
She's got all this gear on. What do you mean no need?
Yeah. And you think you don't think you have to kick someone hard because they'll have a resistance. It's hard to like allow yourself to be kicked
Got
off.
like a snow shovel on her suit.
You're gonna kick because she's frozen. You're gonna fall back and die.
That's so funny. If I kick it, I slip and then I fucking go backwards.
And then she makes it down the mountain just fine.
I don't know. I just whatever the least amount of suffering is.
Why don't you just snap her neck, man?
I don't know how to do that.
That's
This feels it's still
all that energy snapping it when you could have just used the energy to keep going down. If you're Sylvester Stallone,
sleeper hold.
How come he was able to
cliffhanger.
climb out, but she wasn't?
I think he just had more energy at the time. Like
so maybe that's why there's charges. Because like, why couldn't you just drag them down?
He had that energy goo. She didn't have a pack. He was like, "I told you to pack it."
yeah, he wasn't even sweating after.
Yeah.
he said, it was too easy too.
He summited it. He still.
They said his first words were, "I'm here already."
He did it in a t-shirt.
Imagine she's like, "Save yourself." He's like, "I still gotta summit it."
Yeah, I need the selfie.
That's messed up. Anthony Lee.
You need the selfie.
Don't say my last name.
I think it's definitely if you're the kind of people that are into extreme death-defying hobbies like this, it should be a free-for-all. It shouldn't be like a case of like, okay, we're gonna examine what you did and you can get charged.
Do you think there would be nearly as many climbers if, like, 100 years ago, they didn't have the ability to take a camera up the mountain with you and like take a selfie? Like, would this be as popular if you couldn't like prove that you did that?
I think social media made a lot of crazy things way more popular for sure.
Right?
Yeah. Because back then you'd have to bring like a real camera if you wanted to take a picture.
Yeah, like a big boy.
Like a fucking SLR or whatever,
yeah, that's
right?
true. It's a lot
That's
to
a
lug
pain
with
in the
you,
fucking
yeah.
ass. Yeah.
That's true.
And then you got to go develop the film
Yeah.
and then mail that picture to your friends.
Because film development's on the other summit of the other mountain, or what?
yeah.
Oh, so you're saying like so many more people are inspired and they just want to show up on her
For the gram, yeah. For
Yeah, not
I heard
everybody.
Everest, because of social media,
Everest blew up, yeah.
exploded.
It's like busy.
and there's
Yeah.
hella people that are dying up there because they're just not ready.
It's also, well, that's probably just the numbers game regardless, but it's also like when somebody, it's proven that more people can do it, it makes it mentally easier for
yeah,
you to
the
do
barrier,
it.
the human barrier.
Yeah.
Like you can go to Google Maps and look at Mount Everest and it says busier than usual. 7 p.m. busier than usual.
Do you think that's going to change? Like, if this goes through, let's say the guy gets charged, and then the court honors it, and then he gets prosecuted. Is that going to change the amount of women on these like things?
You might have to sign fucking prenups before you go up or
No,
something.
literally, you're probably going to have to, everybody's going to have like release disclosure agreements and stuff before beginning your journey.
Because there are.
Can you imagine? You're like, hey, you guys want to go hiking? And you're like, did you sign an NDA or whatever? It's like, what the fuck? That's some bullshit. I just want to go hiking with my friends.
Dude, a liability waiver between like friends.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like if you have to save yourself, like don't make sure your family doesn't sue me for leaving you.
Yeah.
All the lawyers are like, ooh, I want to be a hiking lawyer.
which
Sherpa,
actually makes
Lord
a
Sherpa.
lot of sense in America only.
Yes.
Because we like to sue each other.
Yeah, because that's our entire
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
system is built off of that weirdness. Like when you can't do this because of this, and you're like, this rule happened because somebody fucked up.
Who do you think invented the sue culture?
The suing culture.
I think it rhymes with sue.
Anthony Liu.